Okay, everyone, welcome again. Another Business Players Live. This day, we have an amazing guest. Okay, she's a close friend, amazing person, American hero. Okay, it's gonna be awesome. Before we start, I just want to say that thank you for all the support, everybody that comes and watches it and leaves comments. And I'm so grateful for that. And lots of people have come to me and they're like, man, there's lots of value that you're putting out there, and that's great. So thank you so much, everybody that is always watches Business Players Live. Thank you. So the guest today, it's a close friend. She's the best in the world. Okay, this lady, she's there, she's laughing. So this person is very special. Okay, she's super successful in many places in life, like in many parts of her life. She's killing it. Okay, I think in everywhere. I don't really know what is she not doing right, but she's doing all right, I think, from my perspective. Okay, and that's why she is here, and that's why she keeps coming to my events and doing stuff with me, because she's also a friend, but she's also an amazing person, and like she's an inspiration to everybody. So my friend Tiffany Walton is here. She is a real estate with 17 years of experience investor. Okay, real estate investor with 17 years of experience, flipping houses, buying, selling houses. Amazing. Okay, and she's getting into bigger stuff. She probably talk more about that soon, in a second. She's also okay in the army. She's a major and she'll tell us in a little bit. I think 20 some years in the army. Okay, serving this country, not my country. Now is my country, but I'm not original from here, but it is my country now. And serving this amazing country. Okay, fighting for our freedom, fighting for our rights, fighting for everything that's good and makes this country so amazing. She's in the army. She's doing that. She's also like on top of that, she's an author. Okay, she wrote this amazing book called Combating Depression. The link is in the comments. Okay, amazing book. If you're under depression, many of us are, in many moments in our lives, this book is going to help you to, keep going and improve your life and see things differently. Sometimes it's hard to go, above and beyond when we have all this crazy stuff happening in our life. We don't know how to combat against it, right? So, and on top of that, she's also a mother of three. Okay, and she has raised these three kids so well. I don't know all of them, but I know DJ. If you're watching this, man, great kid, amazing people, great family she's got. And without further ado, here's Tiffany Walton. Welcome, my friend. Woo!
Hi, Jose. Hi, everybody. How's everybody doing? Thank you for that introduction, Jose. And he's right. Jose is my friend. I appreciate your friendship so much. I'm growing.
Me too, my friend.
Jose.
How are you doing, my friend?
I'm doing good. Yeah, I'm doing great. Picking up the pace. I'm a little tired, but I'm not gonna claim that. So regardless of how you feel, you got to keep going. Right now,
100%.
I'm tired. So
yeah, it's not easy. We were just talking about that before we started. Like things goes crazy, but you have to keep going. Things don't go as you think they were gonna go, but we keep rolling, right?
Yes, absolutely. Keep it moving. That's the only thing you can do is keep moving.
My friend, tell our audience here about your incredible story.
Okay, so let's see. I don't know where to start. I am a parent of three. I would say my journey began with the military. I was a single parent. I had a child. I was a teen parent and single parent. So that makes it very difficult. I needed to find something to help take care of my children. So I tell this story a lot, and believe it or not, people get offended, but it's the truth. I needed to have a way to support myself and my children. And so I joined the Army. And my story with the Army is at the time I joined the Army because I felt like I had to. I didn't necessarily join the Army because I wanted to. And that's my truth. So I'll continue to tell that story.
Right.
The Army has helped provide, institutional education up to a master's degree. It has helped me support my 3 children. I'm married to the wonderful Mr. Vaughn. But 19 years later, that's where I am. I'm an active duty Army major, soon to retire sometime next year, and I'm looking forward to it. I use the Army to help prepare or propel my career in real estate because the Army for me it's a job and it's a job of service. And I have served my country, but I always knew that I wanted to work in something else. I wanted to work for myself just as hard as I've worked for the Army. So I've done that, while being in the Army through real estate. And I've been an investor as well for 17 years. So you named it, flips, private lending for flips. I've done some cash flow purchases, which cash flow just means that bought the property for the purpose of producing monthly income. And honestly, real estate, besides my family, is my first love. And I'm going to continue to use real estate to generate income after I retire from the Army. I don't know if I will be able to work, for a civilian employer. But at this point, I'm not really interested in that. I'm interested in producing true passive income for myself in the future. So that's
Love
my
it.
small bio. I live in Hawaii right now. I've lived here for almost 4 years, but I'm looking for my new home. So
Nice.
We'll see where we end up.
Vegas for sure. My friend, so
Vegas soon.
Go ahead, sorry.
No, we'll be visiting Vegas again really soon. Probably January, February timeframe.
Yeah, she'll visit and then, she'll stay here.
Yeah.
My friend, tell our friends here, like, why and how did you end up in the real estate industry? What got you to say, this is what I'm going to do?
Well, I like properties. I've always been interested in, just not a place for me to live, but real estate is something that, all people need. Everyone needs a place to stay, whether you're renting or you purchased. I always saw real estate as a way to generate some income, even from the purchase of my own home in the past, private homes. Being in the Army, you PCS or you move. Civilians don't understand that verbiage, PCS, but you move every 3 to 4 years. And some people move more often than that. It's quite possible some people move every 2 years. Well, when you do that, I figured I needed a place to stay. So my concept from the very beginning was I wanted to per se own that property at the lowest possible price, with a mortgage payment. And then once I would leave to another location with my family, then I would rent that property out. And because my mortgage was so low, I was able to create some income.
Right.
So I've always seen real estate as just the tool that I was most familiar with creating income. And so I won't say that I got addicted to it, but I would say that that was just my love. I developed the love for the fact that, you need this anyway. Like I always say, real estate or properties are just as sure as life, death, and taxes.
Yeah.
Everyone needs some place to stay. Even homeless people have a hierarchy of real estate. These are the rich homeless people. These are the poor homeless people. You need
Wow.
to live. And so if that can be used to generate income, then why not? I
Yeah.
mean, it is, uh, and now real estate can be a liability for the most part. You can use it as an asset though, and that's what I like.
Right.
You have to be, you have to think, you have to put some thought into real estate, if even if you're purchasing for your own personal property. And so I like the way real estate in all aspects work. I like commercial, multifamily. I like the aspects of Airbnbs. There's so much you can do with real estate. You can rent your own property out to yourself for tax purposes. It's
Right.
big and it's so versatile that I've just maintained this attraction, over the years.
Yeah. No, real estate is amazing. It's amazing. I want to personally get into real estate soon. And obviously, you know who I'm gonna do it with? My friend here. Gonna
Yes,
put like, I don't know, 2 million together. Boom.
yes,
Get a $20 million property somewhere
yes,
in the States. Yeah.
yeah,
Complex. Big
yes,
complex.
yes, absolutely.
So what is it, Tiffany, that you see that most people do wrong when they get into the real estate industry? They you see them coming in and they're like, you see it and you're like, man, you're not doing it right. You're screwing it up. Whatever it is, like in general.
Well, I think a lot of times people, and this is non-judgmental, this is just from an aspect of if you are trying to make real estate work for you versus you working for real estate.
Mhm.
Or I would say a home. Let's just use that as an example. You want to purchase that home in a manner where that home can work for you versus you buying the home so that you're working to pay your mortgage payment. So that's probably one of the biggest things that I see. And people can do whatever they want. It's just not my method. Where someone sees this home, and of course, real estate appreciates in value, but they purchase it, you know, for a high price when they really can't afford it. And that
Mhm.
happens when people buy homes for as a personal home, and it also happens when they're buying properties as an investment. Sometimes
Right.
they have not done the numbers correctly. They just jumped on the first thing because they wanted to get into the real estate game per se, and they buy something that is not going to generate any money or any cash flow or any
Mhm.
income. So
Yeah, they're
that's,
not doing their due diligence, NOI, all that stuff, right?
yes, and that's exactly what the term is in real estate, is due diligence. And so you see that happen a lot where, and that's how people lose their homes too, whether they purchased them for a personal property or they purchased it for an investment. So that's probably what I see the most, that people overpay for real estate, no matter what they're going to use it for.
Right, right, right. So you're saying pretty much lack of knowledge is like killing people. They're starting either like personal, just starting on a personal investment as a house, whatever, but they don't know what they're doing. They get into a debt or whatever that is just then like, they're struggling with for years.
Yes,
And then something happens and boom, like everything goes down, right?
right. And it is a lack of knowledge. And then some people don't care. Some people think that they can afford things that they can't. And so
Hmm.
it can be a lack of knowledge or just pure ignorance.
Yeah.
Sometimes that happens as well.
My friend, tell us more about what are you doing right now? What does Tiffany Walton do with real estate at this moment?
So right now I am private lending on flips.
Hmm.
And another term that you might hear in the flip industry would be a gap funder. And so
Hmm.
really, I am not a hard money lender or a bank or brick and mortar loan. I am the person that comes in and helps a person flip a home by loaning the money that it takes to close the deal. So they'll have their hard money loan that will pay for the actual home or the asset. And then there's a rehab process that happens with those flips. And so I loan on whatever it takes to get that deal done.
For the rehab.
Yes. The rehab,
Nice.
or, maybe they didn't get all of the money for the actual property, then I provide funds to close that deal. Of course, that's what it's supposed to be, an actual deal. And so I do review a lot of what they would call investor proposals. Most of them, I don't go into the deal because, again, it's not a deal for me or that person, in my opinion.
Yeah. And you got the knowledge, the experience, so you're just come, see the deal, and you're like, wow, this is not gonna work. So I'm not gonna put my money into something that I know is not gonna work or is gonna stay there for months or whatever, right?
Yes, because you can lose money in real estate just like you can lose money with the stock market, Bitcoin.
Yeah.
Any investment has the potential of risk, as our friend Grant always says.
Yeah. My friend, so this is a question that I ask a lot. If you could start again in, let's say, in life, but talking about real estate, what would you do differently this time?
What would I do? Well, I think I probably would have taken the same path. I would have educated myself faster on all different variations of real estate. And I would have found a way to be more confident and a way to operate with less fear. Because I don't think that it would have been a matter of doing something different. It's just that, confidence and fear can hold you back. They can suppress you and keep you from going as far as you could. So I would have purchased more real estate.
Yeah.
Yes, I would have found a way to purchase more and more and more. Yes.
And how would you have done what would you do if you were before or whatever differently to, would you raise funds? What would you do as Tiffany back then? And I'm like, I need real estate now, super fast. What would you do?
Raise funds? No, I've just not. I know a lot of people do it that way. They raise funds, but my issue with that is I don't want to pay anybody anything. I want to make all of the money myself. And so I would have found a way. Of course, everyone knows commercial real estate is where it's at.
Right.
And so I don't care, if I had to work 2, 3, 4 jobs to finance my first commercial property, that's what I've done. I work a lot right now. There's no such thing in the Army as
working. Yeah.
It's no 9 to 5. It's you work until the work is done. And sometimes that includes, doing duty for 24 hours, deploying to countries. So applying that to the past, I would have worked to get my asset, and then after you get one, you can take, the money from that and put it into another one. And so that's what I would have done different. I would have been more aggressive, work faster, for the very sole purpose of real estate. It took me a long time to figure out that there's really something here as far as, real estate being a tool to create wealth. And of course, I read Rich Dad, Poor Dad. I read all of those books. But then being in the Army is kind of, it slowed me down a lot because that is my first commitment. That's what I have to do every day. So yeah, I would have been more aggressive with real estate. But don't worry, there's a future.
Oh yeah. Oh no, I know. I hope you include me in some of those futures
Yes.
deals.
Scouting,
Yeah.
you're scouting the Vegas area. So yes.
Yeah. No, and I'm gonna be studying a lot too. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not just gonna bring the money. I wanna know everything and all of that. Yeah. But like my friend, so this, if there's somebody watching and this is gonna be here forever, that they're starting and all of that stuff. I think a great question, so they know, right? Like what people struggle with, like even people like super knowledgeable and experienced like you. Like, can you tell us like what have been some of the hardest moments for you in real estate?
Honestly, some of the hardest moments is
Mhm.
actually not having the cash flow or the means to purchase the type of properties that I've wanted to purchase.
Mhm.
Because it takes money to do this. It
Yeah.
takes money to be a private investor. It takes money to flip homes. It takes money to buy properties to rent out. And it definitely takes money to buy commercial real estate.
Right.
So that has been one of the issues, is finding out how to secure the money without actually going in debt. And there are methods for doing that, especially with the flips. One of the common, things you'll hear is OPM or other people's money. So finding out how to do these real estate projects without going into debt yourself and generating the cash flow. There are a lot of people that we talked about the solicitation that people do to buy commercial real estate. And that just means, all of these people go in and they buy these properties, which is something that I already said, I don't want to do that. But that's been the hardest thing, is like figuring out how to secure funds to do the larger projects. And that's what I'm actually, studying right now. So,
Mhm. There's a lot, Tiffany, about, well, you just kind of said it, but like we get advice from on both sides, right? Like, yeah, either like start now, get whatever you can, or just save up, like what Grant says, right? Save up and then invest into 16 unit, whatever it is,
right.
but you have saved for many years.
Yes.
Yeah. What would you do? What would you tell people if they had the money right now to go, or even do like zero money down, whatever, and get a house? And or would you tell them, yeah, save the money, just save the money for years and then get an actual 1632 unit property? What would you say?
It's very subjective because it depends on what the person's goal is. For me, actually saving my money in the beginning worked for me.
Mm-hmm.
I think I told you how I had a retirement account that I demanded, like, give me my money. It's my money. I want to use it how I wish to use it. And I wanted to use, real estate, but I will not discount the fact that I had to work in the beginning.
Yeah.
Everyone doesn't have the same story of like glitz and glamour, someone that, invested in them, or parents that, died and left a grand life insurance policy for them to do that. That's not my story. My story was I had to grind it out. I had to put and stash money under my mattress.
Right.
Different things. I had to make sacrifices while I saw, people driving, the BMWs and the Mercedes. And not to say that I haven't done that, but there was a time when I could not, because I was busy saving my money because I knew what I wanted to use that money for. So, and I have money now where I'm just like, I I need to put this somewhere. Like,
Right.
so
Yeah.
I'm kind of still, educating myself above flips, because people can say what they want to. You can't flip forever. It just,
Right.
it's not very realistic with our economy. Our economy is cyclical, meaning it goes in circles. So there's an up and there's a down to everything. And so, yeah, I'm trying to progress above, the flips, and the cash flows, the rentals. I want to do something bigger than that.
Right.
But save the money, sacrifice, spending the extra $7 on a cheeseburger or buying. I think Josh is very hard ass when he talks about the people that are like leasing the BMWs and the Mercedes and
Yeah.
she shoes and that doesn't, and I've done it. I have. I'm like, oh, I want this. I want a pair, but the bottom line is that makes you look good for other people, but it doesn't put any money back in your pocket.
Right.
Definitely won't help you purchase real estate or make any other investment. So that's where I have my nest eggs for making money. My money is employed. I want my money to always be employed because I don't want to work forever.
Right.
Yeah.
And she said Josh is Josh Pather, a friend of ours, okay, that he owns a great business. They sell photo booths. His business is called Photo Booth International. And by the way, he once did a post, Tiffany, where he rented a Lamborghini. And he's like, I was trying it out because I had this money stashed away, right? But instead, I was like, nah, I'm just going to buy a $1 million property with this instead of buying this Lamborghini, And that's what he did.
Yeah, because he'll be able to buy 2 Lamborghinis or 3 Lamborghinis.
Right.
He employed his money. His money is going to make money versus him having
100%.
For that money.
And appreciate.
Yeah.
The Lamborghini is going to go down the moment you buy it.
Yes, absolutely.
Yes.
So that's where I'm at. My money has to work. I don't want to work.
Yeah. My friend, what inspires you every day?
I inspire myself, honestly. The fact, and I don't want to say this from a conceited standpoint because it's definitely not. I inspire myself every day because I know that I need to get better tomorrow. I know that I can do better tomorrow. And so I continuously inspire myself, like knowing that if I put in the work, that I'm going to be a better person. I have to continuously inspire myself. I'm not inspired by a lot of other people or things because I guess you could say I'm selfish. It's not mine. So it's like, I have to figure out how to do the things that it takes to get to the places I want to get to. So I have to wake up and inspire myself every day. I'm the only person that can actually inspire me, to be honest.
Right.
Yeah. Grant inspires me, but again, Grant Cardone, there are not a lot of people that really inspire me because, like I said, you inspire me. You put a smile and we call it like slaps. We kind of slap each other like, okay, get back to it, get back to work, grind it out.
Yeah.
So I don't have a lot of people in my life, that really inspire me.
Me neither.
Yeah.
You inspire me, my friend. But really, I think that's why we're such good friends, because I believe the same thing, like it's me who inspires me. Like when I grow, that inspires me. So I totally understand.
Yeah.
I think that was a great question because you just made me think about something that I didn't even realize, which you just said, like, it's me.
I don't wake up and think this either. I didn't know I inspired myself when you asked the question. So it's like,
no, that was a great question. It's a great question, but not, I've never heard it like that. It's like if I answered it. So no, it was awesome. Yeah,
you answered your own question.
So Tiffany, we'll wrap this up. Please say, like, Tiffany's super busy, okay? She's just grabbed some time from her daily grind and daily craziness to be here with us, okay? But she has like other places to go. So we're gonna grab this up here. But please say thank you in the comments for Tiffany, okay? Follow her on social media, Instagram, Facebook, everything, okay? She's great. grab her book. If you're going through depression, that book is going to help you a lot. Okay. It's an amazing book. Tiffany doesn't have any courses about real estate right now, but she's going to do some. Okay. In the future. So
because of Coach Jose.
Because of me. No, because of her, because she's genius in real estate. And she keeps learning and she keeps improving and all of that. And she's like, well, I want to do huge deals. That is exactly the mentor you want. So later, you know, she's going to be doing some crazy stuff. So stay tuned with her on her social media and everything, because she's going to be doing more. Probably going to come up with a real estate book, putting all her secrets, all of that stuff, courses, you name it. Okay. She's a huge entrepreneur. So, but, you know, please say thank you to her in the comments. We'll have her again, talking more in depth about other stuff, because we had short time and, you know, we didn't go in depth with many things. Like she taught me so much about like how do the 4 types of D's, right? Like, what is it like?
You tell me.
Man, I forgot.
Death,
disease, all of that. Like, how do you find these crazy deals?
Yeah.
Even help people in the process and make lots of money with a property. She knows all this stuff, and she, you know, gonna come back another day and help us, teach us about that. Things that, by the way, she's paid so much money for. Ooh. And she's just so nice that she's willing to, you know, give us, obviously not everything, not because she doesn't want it, because she would be here like an entire week teaching us. But my friend, I have one question that is 3 things in one question. And it's the last thing. Thank you so much for being here. God bless you, Tiffany. You're the best. You know, I love you, my friend. And it's so great to have great people in your life. And Tiffany is one of them for me, okay? And the question is, what are 3 tips that you would give people that is just starting in real estate?
3 tips.
Yeah.
Okay. The first tip that I would give would be, I mean, people will probably think, what, really? But the first thing I would say would be to improve yourself first. All of your self deficiencies. People don't like to look at themselves, but it's actually a very easy thing to do. If you look at yourself and you're honest, fix those deficiencies that you have in your own self. So if it is a lack of self-esteem, if it is a lack of confidence, if it is a lack of not believing in yourself, anything you are deficient in, work on those things first. And you can work on them while you do real estate as well. But I'm only saying that because these things will help you overall in life. And they will also help you tremendously in real estate. Confidence goes a long way in real estate.
Wow.
The second thing I would say is to make sure that you set a goal and that you actually go for that goal in real estate. Make sure that you are committed to that goal and that you do whatever it takes to reach that goal, no matter how small it is. So I'll give you an example. If it's your goal to buy an investment property, I mean, it's the end of the year, but if you want to say you want to buy something by July of next year, so 6 months at the beginning of the year, 6 or 7 months, figure out what all of those ways are and actually execute them, because there's a number of ways to do it. You have to figure that out. You have to commit to it. And then when you do that, I mean, it's done.
Yeah.
And the last thing is, in the game of real estate, and this is funny because Jose told me this, don't get comfortable. I still can't hear it because it's like that day I was like, I felt like I got a spanking from my mom when you told me that. Like, because I honestly started getting comfortable. Like, I was like, oh, I have enough money. I'm good. I'm secure. But in real estate, never get comfortable. In life in general, don't get comfortable. In
Yeah.
real estate, certainly don't get comfortable, because you can always elevate even more, and you can play the big game. That's what most people in life, we want to play the big game in life, whatever that means for you. I want to make it to the top of the top. So
Right.
don't get comfortable. Keep going. Um, if you learn how to flip, then next learn about something bigger and better in real estate. So it's so broad, and never let anyone tell you that you can't get into this game in this space, because any and everyone can. The same capabilities that I have, the person that has no money can figure it out as well. So never think that you can't get into the real estate space if that's something that you want to do to generate income.
Yeah. Tiffany was the one who told me, because you hear other people, right? Like, you need to be super rich, all this stuff. And it's like, I just reminds me so much of when I started my business, Tiffany. Like, everybody says, they speak about stuff they have no idea about, right? So you're listening to the wrong people. Maybe if you're listening, you can't do it, all of that. There's always a way to do it, but you're not talking to Tiffany. You're not talking to the right people that know how to do it. You
Yes.
find that people, find the way, and execute on it, like she said. And wow, no, those three tips are amazing. First, improve yourself. And I think it's the most important, because even if you get the knowledge, if you don't have the confidence, and just execute on it, that's part of, like, you need to be big yourself first before you get into big games. I think you need to be big yourself before you can play those games, because it's difficult, and people are gonna cheat. They're gonna do stuff to you. They're gonna say stuff that are not true. Things are gonna happen, and then if you're too fragile, boom, you break, and then you just like, you quit. Make a bad decision when you were this close to make it, but you just quit, boom, and you're like, shit. And then you see the other guy and you wonder, oh, why, how can he make it? And I didn't make it because he never quit.
Yeah.
So you need to be strong.
Yeah, I've been guilty. All those things you just talked about, I am guilty of them all. So I
You
know that.
You just talked about them, so at least you acknowledge it now, right?
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
yeah, and I'm guilty too. We're all guilty, really. Like, if you're watching this, you're guilty, man. Okay. You're guilty. Okay. But the third thing, what Tiffany said about, like, just never saying, I got enough of this or whatever. And we're gonna close it with this. If you read Grant Cardone's story, he had, like, what, 40 million, Tiffany, in real estate or something. And he's like, I'm too small. And he got a lawsuit and all of that, and it was a nightmare. And he's like, if I was so big, this wouldn't even bother me, So when you have like a million or something, anything can happen, really. And then you're like, lost shit, everything, like, But if you're just growing and growing and growing, you're unstoppable. You need to just be unstoppable and untouchable. People want to touch you. They're like, I can't even reach him, because he's going too fast. And this is not coming from me. Like, we're just starting. Tiffany and I were small players in this life, right? But in our heads, we're like fucking big players, and we're trying to do that, bring it to the present, our future, our ideal scene. We're trying to bring it to the present, and we're working on that. But if you stay small, that's what Grant Cardone, the big player, say. It's, don't get complacent, because then, boom, you lose everything. And then you just lost absolutely everything, not just the dream, but like everything you had. So shit, that's terrible.
one thing someone asked me today,
Uh-huh.
honestly, and it has a lot to do with this conversation. Um, they asked the question basically like, why are you trying to do this stuff in
Uh-huh.
real estate? How come you have to have more money? Why aren't you just satisfied with where you are? I will just say that it's personal. It's a personal thing. And I just want people to know, like, if this is not what you want to do with your life, if you don't want to improve in life, um, I'm not judging at all.
Right.
I just want more for myself and I want more for other people like Jose that I know are capable of having more. So if this isn't the space for you, that's okay. I'm not judging. This is just what I want and what we want, my family wants for ourselves. So
Right.
I don't ever want people to think like that it's not okay to just work at Burger King for the rest of their life, because we need those people in life too. Like if that's where you're comfortable, it's
Yeah.
okay. And I'm not judging anybody. I think sometimes people think that who want to excel further in life, and we get on forums like this and we talk about it, they think that we are putting ourselves above them, and that's not what I'm doing. I want people to be very clear on that. I just want more for myself and for my friend and for this life. It's personal. It's a
Right.
thing.
Yeah. And like I think, Tiffany, even if you have a small job, not making much or anything, you can still save and put some money in ETFs, whatever,
Yeah.
on a fund like grants fund. Now it's even open for people that have $1,000.
Yes.
Like you can always invest and you can always do something, even like, and we're gonna close this because this have extended a while a little bit. uh but I used to study like penny stocks, and it really works. You just have to be patient, and anything in investment is patient. Like you have to be very patient. In business you have to be very patient. Now I'm finally not being a slave of my own business after 2 years. So you got to be patient. People think like, yeah, if you know everything, like you see Grant Cardone doing 5 million in 90 days. He's been through hell and paid a lot of money for courses like what we do. And he's super strong inside of himself, right? Like he's
Right.
super confident. He knows he can do it, all of that. He sees it and he makes it happen. You need to develop that. You not just gonna happen, You need to make it happen on inside of you, and then you can boom make it happen in real life. But that's it, guys. Thank you so much. God bless you, Tiffany. Thank you for being here, my friend. You're the best. I
See.
love you. And next time we'll go more in depth into the real estate part because people love that. And we'll have an event, not in December. Okay, December I'm gonna have another event. I'm gonna be releasing the news very soon. But probably in January we're gonna have this huge, amazing event virtual with all these incredible real estate experts like Tiffany. I have some other guys under my sleeve they're like really incredible. Okay, no short of Tiffany. There's like superstars in real estate,
Yeah.
and we'll see Tiffany doing huge deals soon. Like you guys have no idea what this girl, like she's gonna pull something crazy, and you're like, oh fuck, look at Tiffany. Yeah.
Yeah.
So thank you so much for being here, Tiffany. You want to say anything to my friends here, our friends watching?
No, it's been great. I had a good time. I always have a good time. Yeah, I'll continue to have a good time in the future.
Woo!
Yeah, I'm looking forward to retiring.
Let's go.
Yes.
Let's go.
So yeah, family, I said hi. Hi.
Oh yeah, my mom's here. She says hi. Yeah. Thank you, my friend. Well, thank you, everybody. God bless you guys. Thank you for watching. And you're the best. See you in the next one. Okay. Thank you. Bye, Tiffany. Thank you, my friend.